Hi everyone, and welcome to 164 Diecast. In 2007, the Hot Wheels Collectors Nationals Convention was held in Dearborn, Michigan. The convention was held April 25th through the 29th. While not a Mattel event, it was sanctioned by Mattel, who created a number of convention special cars. One of these was a Spectraflame Lime Green called Anti-Freeze by Mattel, 70 Dodge HEMI Challenger. The car comes in a car keeper's clamshell case and has a black roof and hood. There are yellow flames along the front sides, and the body of the car includes such detail as the words 6.1 HEMI on the hood shaker, Challenger RT on the sides, and a license plate that reads Fook. The Mattel product number for this casting is L2115. The car features red line 5-spoke wheels with detailed painted headlights, parking lights, and tail lights. You will find dual exhaust tailpipes under the rear bumper. Mattel limited the production run of this car to 3,000 units. The 1970 Dodge HEMI Challenger is a cornerstone of American muscle car history, representing the peak of the performance wars of that era. The 426 HEMI was a legendary engine at 7 liters. It was a powerhouse, officially rated at 425 horsepower and 490 pound-feet of torque. Known as the Elephant engine due to its massive size and power, it was originally designed for NASCAR racing before being adapted for street use. It was typically paired with either a heavy-duty 4-speed manual transmission or a 3-speed TorqueFlite automatic. The 1970 model is famous for its long hood, short deck, and Coke bottle styling. Features often included the shaker hood scoop, which vibrated with the engine's torque, and high-impact colors like Plum Crazy or Sublime Green. You can read more about this casting at these websites. If you want to see what Car and Driver thought of this car when it came out, and here's a spoiler, they didn't care much for it, check out their article here. Here are some of what Wikipedia website has to say about the 1970 Challenger. Introduced in the autumn of 1969 for the 1970 model year, the Challenger was one of 2 Chrysler E-body cars, the other being the slightly smaller Plymouth Barracuda. Positioned to compete against the Mercury Cougar and Pontiac Firebird in the upper end of the pony car market segment, it was a rather late response to the Ford Mustang, which debuted in April of 1964. Even so, Chrysler intended the new Challenger as the most potent pony car ever, and like the less expensive Barracuda, it was available in a staggering number of trim and option levels, with virtually every engine in Chrysler's inventory. The exterior design was penned by Carl Cameron, who was also responsible for the exterior designs of the 1966 Dodge Charger. Cameron based the 1970 Challenger grille on an older sketch of a stillborn 1966 Charger prototype that was to have a turbine engine. The pony car segment was already declining by the time the Challenger arrived. Sales fell dramatically after 1970, and though sales rose for the 1973 model year, with over 27,800 cars being sold, original Challenger production ceased midway through the 1974 model year. A total of 165,437 first-generation Challengers were sold. The 70 Dodge Challenger is a staple of American muscle car history, a theme that frequently appears in the high-end Diecast collections. This particular release is highly regarded by enthusiasts for its factory-inspired details and limited production run associated with the Nationals event. I hope you enjoyed this look at this 2007 convention car, and, as always, thank you for stopping by 164 Diecast, and we will see you on the next video.